Happy Diwali, sir.
Yeah, happy Diwali. Shubh Sadashivasamarambham Shankaracharyamadhyamam Asmadacharyaparyantam Vande Guru Paramparam Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Guru Sakshat Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha सरस्वती नमस्तुभ्यं वरदे कामरूपिणी विद्यारंभं करिष्यामि सिद्धिर्भवतु मे सदा ओम श्री कृष्णाय वासुदेवाय देवकी नंदनाय च नंदगोपकुमाराय गोविंदाय नमो नमः श्री कृष्ण परमात्मने नमः ओम So we were looking at the 10th chapter Vibhuti Yoga, and as mentioned, Bhagavan's Vibhuti is there everywhere. Where Bhagavan's Vibhuti is not there is a question. Correct? Visheshena Bhuti iti Vibhuti. And without Bhagavan's Vibhuti, nothing will be there. And when we say right now, as in the Madhyama Shatka, we say it is Bhagavan's Vibhuti. Okay? Slowly that in Charama Shatka, Bhagavan's Vibhuti, Bhagavan's Vibhuti will become, Bhagavan's Vibhuti will slowly become our own Vibhuti. Aham Brahma Asmi, Aham Ishwarosmi, okay, Aham Anandosmi. So there is no other Vibhuti other than, it is like how the Upanishad says, Shabdasya Shabdaha. Okay. Manasa Manaha. The mind of the mind. Ear of the ear. Shrotrasya Shrota. Shrotra. Okay. The sight of the eyes. Means what? Brahman only. Without that Chaitanya, nothing works. Are we able to understand? So Bhagavan's Vibhuti is this Chaitanya. When we look at this Chaitanya as Chit Pratibimba, then we look at it various Pratibimbas, and certain Pratibimbas we start calling it as Vibhuti. Are you able to get it? When I look at various reflections, certain reflections I call it as Bhagavan's Vibhuti, whereas all the reflections, when I, for example, go back to our dressing room, or what is that, in the dress shop, you have got that change room. In change room, whose Vibhuti is there? In all the mirror, whose Vibhuti is there? If me, I am not inside, none of the reflection will be there. So whose Vibhuti it is? It is my Vibhuti. Same way, without Brahman, without Ishvaraha, none of the Vibhutis will work. That Vibhuti itself, when you look at it as plants are Bhagavan's Vibhuti, the air is Bhagavan's Vibhuti, the water is Bhagavan's Vibhuti, whatever you see is Bhagavan's Vibhuti. And when you say Bhagavan's Vibhuti, it is Chaitanya Vibhuti. Chaitanya means my Vibhuti. Okay, like that we have to develop it. Okay, now in this 10th chapter, slowly from moving to the concept of Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam, from there moving to Vivarta Upadana Karanam. That Vivarta is Brahman, and everything else is superimposed, which becomes the upadana karana. Instead of Charanya, you seem to be very confused. It's a very simple concept which we have started the Vibhuti Yoga with that. Abhinna nimitta upadana karanam, when you say, is material cause and intelligent cause. When you call material cause and intelligent cause, there are two causes and both have got equal weightage, equal reality. Correct? When from there you move to Vivarta Upadana Karanam, none of these causes got a reality, but the Adhishtana Brahman is only the reality. All these causes, so as what we see, is just superimposed on Brahman. Are you able to get it? The wood has got Sat, Satta. The carpenter has got Chit, which is not different. So Sat and Chit are what is working in Vivarta, and not the carpenter as Nimitta Karanam and wood as the Upadana Karanam. Are you able to get it? Right. So slowly Krishna is moving Arjuna to break that Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. See how the Shastra is taking us very easily and smoothly. Up to the first 6 shlokas, it is only talking about me, the Nimitta Karanam, I, that Brahman, I, the Atma. Correct? Dehatma Buddhi, Jivatma Buddhi, Atma Buddhi. These 3 things have been very clearly coming in the first 6 chapters. Dehatma Buddhi means what? Everything related to this body right from birth to death. The connection is only up to that. Further, it is a very grossest one, and that is very natural to all of us. That is why we have birthdays. We celebrate birthdays. Why? Dehatma Buddhi. Correct? Then it goes to Jivatma Buddhi. How many such birthdays are over? How many such death days are over? How many such parents have come? I, the same, keep moving Janma after Janma. That becomes Jivatma Buddhi. After that, it has to move to Atma Buddhi. I am that Satchidananda Atma. It is incidental that I am getting samsara due to my karma phala and prarabdha. It will continue to happen like this only till I get this knowledge. Once that Atma Buddhi is established, then no samsara, no jiva, because this current jiva also is not there. Correct? Then from the 7th to the 9th, slowly it moved to Tatpada Lakshyartaha. What is Ishwaraha? Ishwara is Abhinna Nimitta Upadana Karanam. We established that. Correct? So now from me, we have moved to everything around me. And that everything around me has got 2 Karanam, and both are equally important Karanam. Both are mutually exclusive, and without both, the Kriya, the Karyam, the result will never come. Both the causes are required. The result is a resultant of both the Karanam. Is it clear? Now if you continue to be in that, you are now talking of 2 Karanam. Correct? Is there a way to go further from that? It becomes a problem now. Wherever you go, whatever you think, you imagine Swarga, there also one Nimitta Karanam, one Upadana Karanam. You can imagine Brahmaloka, there also Nimitta Karanam, Upadana Karanam. So you will never go below 2 now. Correct? And when 2 are there, Dvaitat Bhayam Bhavati. When 2 are there, then only every problem comes. Why? You have to share. Ekta Jiv Sadashiv. Only when two are there, minimum two is required, problem starts. So if we have to mature out, see, out of many, we brought it to two. From two, now to go to one. How to now understand the one, for which this is a, because going suddenly to from two to one is a very big jump. It's a very big jump. And hence the Vibhuti Yoga slowly brings like seemingly two, but in reality one. Seemingly many, but actually is one. Is bringing that aspect. Correct? And this particular method of teaching is called Adhyaropa. In Adhyaropa, what you do? Take the effect, from the effect go to the cause. One cause has many effects. Take all the effects, go to the cause. Once you go to the cause, you don't need the effect. Correct? Because the effect is embedded in that cause. You don't need the effect. The cause itself with time becomes effect. So once you have progressed and matured one step back, like saying that the moment you say my family, then everyone in your family is included. Suppose you go and say my grandfather's family, do you have to include your family? It is but understood that your family is included now. Like that, you go to the first grandfather, Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhya. To that Sadashiva Samarambham, only one family is there. Like that, all the Karyams have got one Karanam. Go to that one Karanam due to which all the Karyam has come. Okay. And when you go to that one Karanam due to which all Karyam is coming, then that word Karanam does not exist. देखो कैसा उल्लू बन गया. Karyam, Karanam. This becomes Karyam, go to the next Karanam. That becomes the Karyam, go to the next Karanam. Like that you go to the Moola Karanam. When Moola Karanam comes, if Karyam itself is not going to be there, can Karanam exist? You will say yes. Because of that Karyam only we are there. But we have rolled back and gone to Moola Karanam. If you have held Moola Karanam, if you have held gold, why should you hold on to the ornaments now? Drop the ornaments. When gold alone is there, then ornaments have no meaning. Even gold doesn't have meaning then. Just imagine if only gold is there, that word gold also doesn't have a meaning, right? To separate it from others only you have got a name called gold. To identify something different only you give it a name gold, correct? Yes or no? If there is space all around, what do you say? There is space. What is here? Space. Nothing is here, but what is here? Space. So if only space is there, then nothing else exists, right? That is why everything has come from space. Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha. From where did space come? From Moola Karanam. Hold on to the Moola Karanam. What? Tasmadva etasmad atmana akasha sambhutaha. Hold on to Atma. When you are holding to Atma, is there a significance for the word called cause and effect? both ceases to be present. Why? Time itself is not present. Because manifestation of time with something called the cause is equal to effect. That is the equation. You went back, correct, with time to go to the cause. When you go to Moola Karanam, the time itself is not there, then where is cause and effect? Both are not there. So is Atma the cause? No. Is Atma the effect? No. Then what is it? Atma is Atma. Then what am I doing? I am superimposing various attributes to it and calling sometimes the same thing as cause, sometimes I am calling it the effect. If my parents are the cause and I am the effect, who am I? I am Chaitanya Atma. Who are they? Chaitanya Atma. Then where is the question of parents and children? Both don't exist. Are you able to get this? It is tough. That is why this mezzanine floor is being bought by Krishna and Vyasa very nicely, that whatever you look at it, look at that as Karanam, which is the Vibhuti, not as Karyam. Say if I see the trees, Bhagavan's Vibhuti. Why? Bhagavan is Adi Karanam. If I see the flower, Bhagavan's Vibhuti. If I see the air, if I feel the air, Bhagavan's Vibhuti. If I feel water, Bhagavan's Vibhuti. If I taste water, Bhagavan's Vibhuti. Whatever Shabda Sparsha Rupa Rasa Gandha, Bhagavan's Vibhuti. Okay, I don't use any of these antennas. Then what do? I am using only one antenna, which is my mind. That is also Bhagavan's Vibhuti. Why? That Atma is bringing Chetanatvam to that dead mind, which otherwise was a fused bulb. Isn't it true? So by seeing the Vibhuti, go to the Moola Karana. That becomes easier. Once you go to the Moola Karanam, that is what in 13th chapter will come, Tat Tvam Asi. You are still know what are we saying? That Moola Karanam. So I am different, that is different. Huh? See the language, that Moola Karanam. I have now gone with time. And when I, the seer, is looking at that Moola Karanam with time, I am an entity. That Karanam is another entity. Huh? Unknowingly I have created that. Even if you have dissolved everything, you, the seer, will be seeing that one Karanam as separate than you. Yes or no? As we see Bhagavan and Ishvara. That is what is being bought in this chapter. That is the sum and substance of this chapter. How subtly, because to go to such subtlety and turn the student's mind to look at that way. You know that we have done experiments using lens in physics. Only at a particular focal length that image will be sharp. Till that you will have to do trial and error. Like that the teacher will have to do trial and error with the student. Till that image becomes sharp and the student says, now I got it. What you are saying. Till that the teacher will keep doing trial and error. Are you able to get this? Because now we are going to very, very subtle way of looking at everything now. That Moola Karanam we are doing, because that Moola Karanam everyone accepts it is there, but in our Vyavahara we do not even consider its existence. In principle we know it is there, but Brahman, Atma, existing, which is me, we never. I have an Atma. What will you say? I have an Atma. Means what? I, the owner, has got an Atma. How do you say? Will you say I am Atma or I have a Atma? The day you say, I am Atma, the same thing they told in Sanskrit, I am Atma. And the same thing, he says, I am Atma Guda Keshaha Sarva Bhutashayastitaha Ahamadishcha Madhyancha Lokanamanta Evacha. 10th chapter only he starts that way. I am Atma Guda Kesha. I am that Atma Guda Kesha. See, English is very close to Sanskrit. I am Atma Guda Kesha. I am that Atma. I am Atma. Perfectly fine. Okay. So when we start accepting it that way, knowing it for sure, being very clear about it, then we are now going and establishing that I am that Mula Karana. Because the whole world exists because you exist. In your sleep, what happens to the world? As though it is pralayam when I am sleeping. Yes or no? Why? My mind is in pralayam. Only that Atma is still being a Sakshi, is just there. That is why once you wake up, you understood I slept very nicely. Correct? Moksha experience is coming every day to us. Is it clear? That Vibhuti, going to Mula Karanam, is what we are now looking in the 10th chapter, for which we said we will take few examples. We will not go through all the examples. And out of 6 examples connected to the Vedas, we took, I think, 2 or 3 examples. First example is, what is the first example? Aksharanam akarosmi. 1033. I am akara akshara. Without akara, no alphabet will be there in any language. Take any language, it will start with a, whatever you say, it will not start with any other. The first primordial sound is akshara, which is akara. Then giram asmi ekam aksharam om. Giram asmi ekam aksharam. In the Vedas, I am that om. Then the third one is Gayatri Chandasamaham. Correct? 1022. Gayatri Chandasamaham. And this is where I was explaining to you why this Gayatri Chandas. Okay. How many Chandas we said are there? 7 Chandas. Out of that, one of the primary Chandas is Gayatri. Chandas means meter. And Gayatri Chandas is something which is made up of 24 aksharas with 8 in one line. Like that, 3 lines is what Gayatri Chandas is made up of. And that is where that Savitri mantra chanted in Gayatri Chandas, we call it as Gayatri mantra. The Gayatri mantra is Savitri mantra chanted in Gayatri Chandas. And that is Tat Savituhu Varenyam Bhargaha Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyaha Naha Prachodayat. This is the Savitri mantra. Now we all will say, sir, you missed out something. We always have listened to Anuradha Podwal where she starts saying Om Bhur Bhuva Swaha. Then she sings. I will say, I have not been taught that way. Gayatri mantra is only from, or the Savitri mantra is from tat savituhu varenyam bhargaha devasya dhimahi diyaha yaha naha prachodayat. Then what is Om Bhurbhuvassuvaha? For that there is a story. Okay. त्रैभ्य एवातु वेदेभ्यः पदं पदं अदूदहुत तदिस्त्रयोदशत् सावित्र्यः परमेष्टि प्रजापतिः. There is one shloka like this. Okay. Parameshti, Parameshwara. Parameshti means Parameshwara. Parameshwara once said, okay, let me give this Dadiwala Brahmaji some work. He feels he is old now, retire ho gaya, no. Abhi tak we have to extract more from him. Let me give some work to him. So he said, okay, Brahmaji, you have already given all the Vedas to everything. What you learned from me, got from me, you have given it to everyone. Very good. Now I am going to give you one job. Can you churn out the whole Vedas and give a condensed version of it? When you say churn the Vedas and remove the condensed version, means not like what we do presi writing. 4-5 sentences का एक word निकाल के sentence बना के उसका there is no connection to the whole what we ऐसा नहीं. The sum and substance you extract from it, that assimilated and make a smallest line, and that line on expansion should give the whole Vedas. Okay, it is like how there is one product called Rasna, and that product Rasna comes earlier, at least I don't know how it comes now, whether Rasna is there now, I don't know. It comes with one bottle and one pouch, and we like children used to enjoy that. We used to take one big vessel and then make that concentrate by pouring water and then putting all this and putting some sugar and mixing it all together and then pouring it into bottles and putting down and getting 2 whackings. All that will happen. उसमें एक मजा है, हाथ चिपकेगा and clean that place and all, and then fridge में रखने के बाद थोड़ा थोड़ा निकाल के concentrate का dilute करके पीने का कितना मजा आ गया. So if this Brahmaji has been given this 10 liters of Rasna and asked to make that one pouch of Rasna, which finally gave the 10 liters of diluted Rasna, what job Brahmaji has got? He did the same job. He took the Vedas and churned out to get that condensed milk, like that concentrated version, and he came with 3 sentences. The first sentence is a condensation of Rigveda, which is Tat Savitur Varenyam. He condensed the Yajurveda Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, and he condensed the Samaveda Dhiyo Yonah Prachodayat. Now you understood how did this come out? It is the condensed version of the complete Vedas, which means what? If I tell Tat Savitur Varenyam, it is equivalent to telling Agnimide Purohitam Yajnasya Devam Ritvijam Hotaram Ratnadatamam. Rigveda starts that way. If I say Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, it means Ishe Tvorje Tva Vayavasto Vayavasta Devo Vasavita Prarpayatu Shreshtatamaya Karmana Apyayadvamagriya Deva Bhagam. Like that, it will continue, the whole Yajurveda will continue. Dhiyo yo nah prachodayat Agna ayahi pitaye granano havyatataye Nihota satsi barihishi. Samaveda starts that way. Now you will ask a question, what happened to Atharva Veda? We have been taught there are 4 Vedas. No. The primary 3 Vedas are Riksama Yajuhu. Okay. For specific reasons which are not included in this, whenever we make classification, we have something called miscellaneous or etc. Why do you put that classification? जो ये इसमें सब नहीं बैठता है उसको miscellaneous या etc. में डाल दो. Like that, whatever cannot be exactly fitting into Rik, Yajus and Saman was taken by Atharva Angiras Rishi and collated together as Atharva Veda, or it is Atharvangirasa Veda, because Atharva and Angirasa Rishi together collated this and propagated this, and hence it is Atharva Veda. Okay, it doesn't mean it is of lesser importance. It only says that all this is important because Rig Veda is mainly which are related to praising the Devatas which are put together. Yajur Veda has a logic of doing all the Agni Karma put together. Samaveda has the logic of the philosophy and which has got a different chandas, the sum and substance and meaning of it. The philosophy behind all this, that is Samaveda. And there are all ancillary many other things which come. Yes, if you ask, खाने में क्या है? दाल चावल रोटी सब्जी है कि नहीं? That means सलाद अचार पापड़. इसका इंपॉर्टेंस नहीं है, नहीं थाली में रहता है वो, फिर वो खाना नहीं है. नो, दैट इज नॉट द मेन फूड. एक्सेट्रा एक्सेट्रा में रहता है. बट विदाउट दैट ये खाना मजा आएगा? वो भी नहीं आएगा, तो वो भी चाहिए. समझ में आ रहा है? लाइक दैट अथर्व वेदा इज a collation of which cannot be fitted in this, kept together for a different purpose. That is why Tantra Shastram comes into that. All Tantra related, a lot of things come into that. Okay, many of this, many knowledge related, Vyavaharika knowledge related also comes in that. So it's an integral part of the Vedas. You cannot separate it and say, ne ye teen baswa wo de. No, that is why you have got Vivedi, Trivedi, Chaturvedi. One who has learned 2 Vedas, one who has learned 3 Vedas, one who has learned all the 4 Vedas. Okay, so the first condensation of the Rig Veda is Tatsaviturvarenyam. Yajur Veda is Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi. Sama Veda is Dhiyo Yona Prachodaya. And after a lot of work, our Prajapati said, oh, let me take a rest. Parameshti said, sorry, I want you to condense these 3 sentences into 3 words. Okay? क्या काम है? बैठ गए वापस तप करने को. Penance. Brahma ji is known for that. He did not have even time to do shaving. Correct? Our Vishnu is always very clean shave, always. Brahma ji never. सब जगह से बाल रहेगा. No time to shave also. Tapasya. And what did he do? Tatsaviturvarenyam iti bhuhu. One word he brought out which is called bhuhu. Bhargo devasya dhimahi iti bhuvaha. Dhiyo yonah prachodayat iti suvaha. Okay, so this Bhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, which technically is called Vyahruti, it's called Vyahruti, okay, is the condensed version of Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat. Are you getting it now? Okay. ब्रह्मा जी सेड अभी तो मेरे से बहुत काम करा के लिए, नाउ आई नीड छुट्टी. द प्रॉब्लम इज Parameshti knew in Kali Yuga people don't have time. Bhur-bhuvassuvaha तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यम भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि धियो यो नः प्रचोदयात्. ये इतना सब बोलेगा तो व्हाट्सएप के लिए किधर टाइम है? ठीक है, भूर्भुवस्सुवा बोलो, उतना भी टाइम नहीं है. So what you have to do? Condense that 3 words into 1 word now. And you know what he will condense it and bring it as. Pranavaha Om Akaraha Bhuhu Tatsaviturvarenyam Agnimile Purohitam Ukaraha Bhuvaha Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yashetvorjetva Vayavastha Makaraha Suvaha Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat Agna Hi Vitaye Gridanaha. Are you able to get this? So, Pranava Sarva Vedeshu Shabda Kai Pourusham Nrishu comes in Bhagavad Gita. Pranava Sarva Vedeshu Shabdaha Kai means that's the first primordial sound which is heard. Om Pranavaha, that is made up of Akara, Ukara, Makara, which is Bhu, Bhuvaha, Suvaha, which is Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat, which are the 3 Vedas. Are you able to get now? So these are condensed versions which have been given. You know, 1G, then 5G, then 10G, and then 100G. So Om is 100G. Bhur Bhuvassuva is 10G. Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Dhiyo Yo Nah Prachodayat is 5G. And the Vedas are 1G. So if you simply say Om, 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 सब कुछ मिल गया. समझ में आ रहा है? And that is what our great Prajapati did and contributed back to us, saying that no time, no problem, I will give you quick version. Use that. And that is why when Upanayana is done, Vedaha Mata Acharyaha Guru. Before that, when I am born, Mataha Pita, biological father and mother. In Upanayanam, Veda Mata, Acharya Guru. And what is given? Gayatri Upadeshaha, Savitri Mantra Upadeshaha. Along with Vyahriti, along with Pranavaha. That Upadesha is given. Correct? Slowly, when you are going to move from karma to upasana, it will be more of Bhur Bhuvassuvaha, Bhur Bhuvassuvaha. Then from that, when you go to Jnanam, for sannyasis, it is only Om, Om, Om. Are you able to get that? So for everyone, Karmakanda, Gayatri Mantra. For Upasana, Vyahritihi. For Jnanam, Pranavaha. Are you able to get very how nicely it has been planned For every person there is available things what you need. Don't mess it up. That is why we should not keep sitting and chanting Om, Om, Om. It is useless for us. Then what should we do? For all gents, chupchap Upanayam kiya hai to Gayatri mantra. For ladies, no mantras at all. You don't need mantras. Why? You are beyond that. You are already beyond that. Shrutyeva jnanam. By listening like this itself, you will get jnanam. We have to practice. Wooden head. इतना जल्दी हमारा जाएगा नहीं. 10 बार लिख के प्रैक्टिस कर्मा कर करके हमारा अंदर जाएगा. आप लोग को सुन के ही आ जाएगा. Correct? So you don't need to do any of these things. Then what? You can chant any Shiva Panchakshari mantra, Shakti Panchakshari mantra, Rama Rama, any of these which you can take, it will do exactly the same thing how a Gayatri mantra works for anyone else. It is really not important what you are chanting. It is important with what attitude you are chanting and what you want to achieve from that. Okay, without knowing that, it just becomes a fashion that I am also chanting. And that fashion is not going to do any help other than further crystallize the individuality. I am also doing it. It becomes a problem. Okay, so coming back to the 10th chapter, here Gayatri Chandasamaham. Now, Gayatri, there are two ways of chanting. One is called Gayatri Chandas and other is called Nichrat Gayatri Chandas. In case someone is doing Sandhya Vandana, then they would be telling this. Okay, Ayat Vidhi Anuvakasya Vamadevarshi Gayatri Chanda Paramatma Devata Nichrat Gayatri Chandaha will come when you are chanting it. Now, Nichrat Gayatri Chandaha, when you say, it has got 23 aksharas instead of 24. These are all side information I am giving. These are all technical information which is there in the Vedas. Okay. Gayatri Chandas is 8 into 3, 24. Nichrat Gayatri is 24, less than that is Nichrat. And here it means 23. How do you make this 24 into 23? For which our normal Gayatri chanting for Upasana, Japa is always Nichrat Gayatri and never Gayatri Chandas. Okay, without knowing this, if you are going to chant Gayatri Chandas, it is useless. Now, how do you chant Nichrat Gayatri Chandas? The only difference is Tatsavitur Varenyam. Varenyam, if you say, it is Nichrat Gayatri. Vareniyam, if you say, it is Gayatri Chandas. Nya or Niya. Varenyam, Vareniyam. Okay, this is the difference. Why these two are there? When you are going to chant, it is Nichrat Gayatri only. When you are going to do a Homa, then it is Gayatri Chandas. There is difference in all this. And the difference are so subtle that a general common person who does not know will never understand also such differences are there. Even people who do it, they may also not know such differences are there. Okay, the Viniyoga comes only with Gayatri Chandas, but for Japa, the Nichrat Gayatri is used. Is it clear? Just a side information because we are referring to Gayatri Chandas here. Okay, so you see the connection of.
Sir, one question here. When you do pranayama, use the Devi Gayatri Chanda.
Nichrit Gayatri Chanda. Varenyam. All japas, pranayama is.
Paramatma Devata, Devi Gayatri Chanda, pranayama vinyoga.
It is
not Nichrit Gayatri Chanda in pranayama. So you should say Varenyam.
No. In all your japa and pranayama, it is all Nichrit Gayatri Chandas only which is required. The Gayatri Chandas comes only in Vinyoga where it is Homa. Only in Homa Gayatri Chandas is used.
In our family, the Sandhya Vandanam, when you do pranayama, it is Devi Gayatri Chanda. That is why I got confused.
You may say Devi Gayatri.
Paramatma Devata, Devi Gayatri Chanda. Nichrit Gayatri Chanda will also come in Japa during the same.
I will again check it and refer. In my.
Swami Paramatma got write up on same topic. I read it. Very beautifully written. And here also he says pranayama is Nichrit Gayatri Chanda. But in our family, we use Devi Gayatri Chanda for pranayama.
No, you see, when you say Devi Gayatri Chandaha, you are only referring to Gayatri Chandas. Now.
So it is 24.
No, 1 minute. That doesn't make it 24.
Okay.
Let us. Why cannot you consider that maybe somewhere in between that Devi Nichrit Gayatri Chandaha has got converted to Devi Gayatri Chandaha?
Possible. Very, very much possible.
We will not know it.
Yes.
Correct?
Yeah, I will not know it. Yes.
No one, none of us will know it.
Correct. It would have come through generations.
Correct. So, because that Devi is generally because Savitri Devi, actually Savita Devata is in a Savitri form. Savitri, Gayatri, Saraswati. All are in Devi form. Morning she is Savitri. Afternoon she is Gayatri. Evening she is Saraswati. And when you listen to Swamiji's Sandhya Vandana topic, very detailed he has taken. Shweta Mukha, okay, and then in the evening she is dark. All those full detail he has taken. Very true. Now, that is why Devi Gayatri Chandaha is given.
Okay.
But now, maybe it would have been Devi Nichrit Gayatri or Nichrit Gayatri Chanda. Someone, see, many a times we just apply logic and move ahead. Devi Gayatri Chanda is very logically correct.
Actually, this whole concept of Nichrit and Devi 24 and 23 itself is not very well known.
Exactly. That is why I am saying no one would know it when such a change would have happened.
Yeah, I have been doing Sunday Asana for years and recently only I came to know about it.
Correct. So nothing wrong in it. What I am saying is these are technical things which few people know it, and just because we are coming to this Gayatri word, the Chandas, there are so many things in it. And who is the expert in all this? Vishwamitra Rishi. He has worked with this Gayatri mantra, the Savitri mantra in this Gayatri Chandas, and got immense of revelations. Okay, so like a scientist working in the lab, such rishis, when they work with such mantras, they have completely got the full knowledge, the benefit, the vinyoga, how to make use of it, everything they have understood of. And that is how they promote it to the next parampara. Correct? And like that it has come. So such variations can be there, don't worry. But what we are saying is this is the general rule. Many will not even know that. Doesn't matter. And
Actually, I haven't heard anyone saying Vareniyam.
Yeah.
So far.
Everyone normally says Tatsa Viturvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi, correct. But in Homa, that is the way it should be done.
Thank you.
Homa Vidhanam and all variations will come. Anyway, this is just a side topic, nothing to do with Vibhuti Yoga. Okay, coming back to Vibhuti Yoga, we have seen this, how that condensation of the Vedas has resulted into the Savitri mantra or the Gayatri mantra in Gayatri Chandas and the three Vyahritis and Pranava. Okay, Pranava we have seen it in the Giramasmeika Maksharam, and Gayatri Chandas we have seen here now. Are you able to get that? All connected to Vedas. Now the fourth one, Vedanam Samavedosmi. Okay, very clearly Bhagavan says, among the Vedas I am Samaveda. So automatically the Samaveda gets because it gets a higher position very clearly, because as mentioned, the Samaveda is oneness, it is in a musical form. Okay. And many a times when you hear the Samaveda, it is every sentence is repeated 3 times normally. Ahamannam, ahamannam, ahamannam. Ha, vuha, vuha, vuha. They will go like that. So 3 times. If now you have to tell 3 times, how much time will go? Then why 3 times? Because they are only taking the sum and substance, the crux of it, and that is what becomes Samaveda. Okay, so if you take the Vedas and get the essence of it, it is actually, because that's the philosophy of the Vedas coming in the Samaveda. And hence, Bhagavan says, Vedanam Samavedosmi. And that main crux and that assimilated knowledge which is there in the Samaveda, I am that. Okay, then Dravya Yajnas, Tapo Yajna, all Yajnas, one more is there, correct? 10:25. What is 10:25? Maharshīṇāṃ bhriguraham girāmasmeikam aksharam yajñānām japa yajñosmi. This is what? Yajñānām japa yajñosmi. Correct. Why did Krishna say yajñānām japa yajñosmi? How many yajñas are there? Dravya yajñās, tapo yajñā, jnana yajñās, tatā pare, swadhyā yajñā, dhyāna yajñās, tatā pare, swadhyā yajñāna yajñāscha, yatayas samshati vratāha. This will come in your 4th chapter. Dravya yajñāha, tapo yajñāha, dhyāna yajñāha, tatā pare, swadhyā yajñāna, jnana yajñāscha, yatayaha samshati vratāha. There are many yajnas, correct? Now, many of these yajnas, the moment you say yajna, the concept of yajna is what? When people, different people, keeping away their individual requirements, collectively come for a common purpose and participate for this common goal, put their best to get the best returns and partake what blessings they get equally, is called a yajna. People will have individual agendas. See, we all have different agendas. But the moment they said everyone have to do vaccination for corona, did not we all drop our agendas and connect to a common agenda? Did we have our own requirement specific? No. If they say you have to go to Arogya Setu, you complete that. If you have to register, you complete that. Then you complete the protocol and then go there. You take an appointment, you go and stand there, you take this, all that you did. Why? Common agenda. If I don't be a part of it, I will be the biggest loser because I will be affected. First, if I am a part of it, I am contributing to a bigger yajna by which together we will at least control and eradicate or keep this corona a little away from our lives. Yes or no? Unless we all suffered, imagine if such a situation would not have been come in this world and you would not have all such disciplinary regulations by the government and everyone should be at home and all those things, and if you would not suffer, would anyone would have gone left to yourself, would you have gone for the vaccination? No one would go. Yes or no? So when there is a need, we drop our personal agenda, come collectively for a common agenda, work towards making that agenda as a success, because in making that success only my benefit is there and others' benefit is there. It's a very big win-win situation and I benefit out of that and in turn ensure that others also benefit. Isn't it a yajna? That is a yajna. Now if you are using a fire, dravyam come, people come, there is a yajamana who is your representative. Everyone brings whatever they can. If not anything, someone gives water to others. Something or the other you do there. If not anything, you keep quiet and do not create a nuisance there. That is itself a very big yajna. Very big yajna. I am telling you. Just keeping quiet and being there itself is a big yajna. Like that we come together, whatever possible we participate and partake with that prasadam, everyone gets it and everyone benefits with it. That feeling, that benefit of we all did it together and that feeling of going together is that yajna spirit. So there are so many ways you can do. And in any yajna what we do and what we know commonly as yajna, you need resources. For every yajna there are 5 things required. Pantam. Yajna is called Panta. Yajamana, Patni, Putraha, Putri, whatever, doesn't matter, that children should be there. Yajamana, Patni, Putraha, Daivavit and Manushyavit. Daivavit means the Shastra knowledge. Manushya Vitta means resources, monetary resources, money required for doing all this dana karma. So many ingredients will be required. Danam has to be given, food has to be given. All these resources needs money. You need place, you need so many things. So all these 5 things are required. Correct? That means a lot of planning, a lot of time, a lot of backup plans, so many things, mobilizing of people, all resources, lot of work. Compared to that, how is Japa Yajna? No resource required. I only have to sit, remove my spectacles and close my eyes. Even though the ears are open, put that curtain. And I have to simply do japa. That is why he says, Yajnanam japa yajñosmi. Why? Upasana happens in japa. In karma, that mind will get deviated as much as possible. But if the mind is focused in upasana through japa, effortlessly, no money required, nothing required. Wherever you can even lie down on your bed and do it. You can sit wherever you want and do it. You don't have to worry about it. Correct? That is why he says very easily possible by everyone. Another one major thing. The moment we say that yajna, this yajna, ladies cannot do, gents only have to do, my God, Upanayana has to be done, so many eligibility criteria. Japa, even a disabled person can do, even a deceased person can do, anyone can do. That means versatile, possible by everyone, no exclusion. And there is a Adhikaranam in Brahma Sutra itself for this. There is one Adhikaranam in Brahma Sutra which comes for this. I think it is called Viduradhikaranam. And the question is, Atyashrami, if a person becomes Atyashrami, is moksham possible or not? Atyashrami means, if a person doesn't belong to any ashrama or loses his eligibility being in that ashrama. Take simple examples. Widow, widower. They being in the ashrama, they lose certain eligibilities. So is moksha not for them? Is a question. And there, japa is very clearly given. That is the one which can give moksha to anyone and everyone. So moksha becomes a birthright that no one can remove this from any human being. Any human being. And Brahma Sutra, there is a very big Adhikaranam. There are debates in it, and finally agreed that yes. That is why Krishna says, Yajnanam Japa Yajñosmi. Very easily achievable by everyone. If Japa is possible by everyone, I am achievable to everyone. Simple. Right? I am Japa. And Japa, if you look at this word Japa, Jakaro Janma Vichchedaha Pakarah Papanashanam. Jakaro Janma Vichchedaha Pakarah Papanashanam. Janma Papa Haro Yasmat Japa Ityuchyate Budhaihi. Such a beautiful explanation for this word Japa. Jakaro Janma Vichchedaha, which stops the next Janma. That means what? Moksha. Pakara Papanashanam. Whatever Papa I have done till now, that can be removed out. By what? Janma Papa Haro Yasmat Japaha. Japaha is that which will remove all the Papaha till now. Till this moment, whatever I have done, it has an ability to, that is called Japa iti Uchyate Budhaihi. What is Japa? Short form is given. Japa is an acronym. Janma Papa Haranartham Japaha. Simple. Janma Haranartham Papa Haranartham Japaha. So do Japa. Very simple. Okay, good. And one more is there. This is very simple because we all know it very easily. Okay, and this comes in 32nd. The 32nd verse. Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. Correct? Look at it if it is that. Should be that. Correct. Sarganamadirantashcha madhyanchaivaham Arjuna Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. So among all the Vidyas, I am Adhyatma Vidya. Atma Vidya. Okay. Among all the Vidyas, I am Atma Vidya, the foremost. If that Vidya is not known, other Vidya doesn't have any meaning. It is only due to the Atma Vidya, every other Vidya is shining. So, Adhyatma Vidya Vidyanam. That is the Vibhuti of Ishvara. Is it clear? Like that. He gave many examples, and we saw only 5 examples related to the Shastras. And finally, he says, Nantosti mama divyanam. My list is endless. Whatever, wherever you see the essence, that is my vibhuti. That is the easiest formula which I can give you. Anywhere you see and you say, wow, that is my vibhuti only. Or the absence of it, you tend to feel it, that is my vibhuti. When everything is fine, you will not feel. Suddenly one day that eyes don't open. That day you understand what is the value of the eyes. That is my vibhuti. Either whatever is great and you say, wow, that is my vibhuti, or that sum and substance of everything is my vibhuti, or the absence of which makes you troubled is also my vibhuti only. In short, everything is my vibhuti. Correct? And with this, he is ending the 10th chapter of Vibhuti Yoga with that shloka. See? Athava bahunetena kim nyatena tavarjuna vyashtabhyahamidam kritsnam ekanshena sthito jagat. This whole jagat, the way it is there, is all my vibhuti only. That's all. Everything is my vibhuti. Obviously, then he will say, who are you? I want to see you. Okay, I will come in the 11th chapter and show you who am I. Bhagavan is ready to show my Vishwarupa, because if someone says, you are sitting like a charioteer in front of me and say everything is my vibhuti, will I believe it? इतना भी नहीं फेंकने का. I know you are my friend, थोड़ा कृष्णा को थोड़ा है, लेकिन इतना भी फेंकने का. ठीक है, I will show you. But you can't see it. Then what will I do? I will give you special 3D glasses, which will come in the 11th chapter. He will first give a 3D glass, then he will show his actual Vishwarupa Darshana. Is it clear? Which we will see later on. Okay. Now, before stopping today, I have a small announcement. The next 2 months, every Saturday, Sunday is getting extremely busy with various things. Fortunately, most of the time it is in the mornings. So, evening classes will still continue. But there are some days where evening also there can be, because I am traveling, I will be going to Shabrimala and all, and there is Hiranandani, Ayyappa Puja and all. So there will be certain days where morning hone do, evening hone do, classes I can't take. So at least 3-4 classes you will miss it in the next 2 months. I made a small table for all the classes, and if I am able to compensate on some other time, okay, 1 or 2 classes, so that at least you don't miss on that, I have put that. Some days I put maybe, because I am not sure if it is late, class may not be there. If I am able to come by that time, classes will be there. So I put maybe. I will share these things. So just see it. If you have any doubt, message me. We can look at it. But this 1 or 2 months, a little adjustment will be required, so that we reduce the number of bunking which I will be doing. Somewhere or the other, I want to compensate and ensure that connectivity. The main problem is what? 2 months, if it is not there, January, none of you will be here. Then I have a problem. My whole schedule will go off. Whom will I teach? Then there will be Arjuna, Krishna only. One Arjuna should be there, one Krishna is sitting here. No, I don't want to do that. Many should be there. So at least that connectivity and continuity should be there. So I'm trying to adjust that and let us take it ahead. Okay, with all your cooperations, we will ensure that minimum cancellations will be there. I have made it, I will send it to all of you all. If there is any doubt, let me know. Okay. Om Purnamadah Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti 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 Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha Harihi Om. Dhanyavadaha. Shubharatri.
हरिओम सर, धन्यवाद सर.
Harihi Om.
Hariom, sir.